Today I am going to try and attempt to change out a patio screen door. So as you can see, my screen is missing here because it got tore up by the animals over the years. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to get the screen door out of here so I can work with it on the ground. So I need some tools here. I need something to pry the wheels out. So I'll take some of these and a screwdriver, maybe this. You can see somebody's already tried here. Oh, there we go. That was pretty easy. So you just lift those wheels and the door comes right down. I have to remove the rest of the old screen that I left in here when I cut it out. So before I can get all the screen out, there is a handle. I need a Phillips screwdriver. I'll just lay this on the floor. This is the inside, so just keep remember, that's the top and that's the bottom. But I have to take the handle off. Put that together. Okay, so the handle's off. I'll flip this over. And I have access to everything on this side. So in order to take the screen off, I have to remove the spline, the old spline, which is holding it in. So I need to find an access point to that. So I want to have something small. I don't want to wreck my, there's a tool you can buy that'll start to find access to your spline, but my kit didn't come with it. Maybe there's another spot I can start it. If you can see, there you go. Maybe that wasn't the right spot. Look at that, perfect. I can access this. You want to be careful not to scrape up your door. Ah, perfect. There you go. You just need to find the right spot where you can access that easy. Starting at the end wasn't the logical spot.
Continue to remove the spline from all four corners of the door and remove any old screen that remains hidden underneath the spline.
Perfect. Look at that. It's all out. Now, if your spline's in good condition, you could reuse it, but the kit I have does come with new spline, so I'm not going to use this one. So I have the kit here. This kit came with everything I need to change it out, apparently. Some basic, the cheapest netting. You can get better netting, better screen, the spline and the spline tool, which has two sides. One side has a groove, which helps push the spline in, and this one helps to tighten the spline. All right, so I've got my screen. So you want to start by putting your screen on and making sure that you have a couple inch overlap. Make sure you unroll it just to see how much screen you have. Oh, look at lots. I'm gonna roll it back up to make it easier to access in here. Come on, out of here. Guys, come on. Yeah, you're already looking to scratch it up, aren't you? Just to make sure it holds in place, I want to put some of the new spline in place. I want to start it. I'm going to just position it in the corner here. And then I'm going to use the tool, the rigid side, and give it a push in there. Ooh, look at that. Cool, cool. Just so it holds it in place. Now this is kind of a three-handed operation. One to work the spline tool, one to pull your screen taut, and another to keep the spline going where you want it to. I mean, I guess I could see if rolling it out there. Now this is not super tight yet. I'll go around and do that after, but I need this in place to hold the screen, to help hold the screen. There we go. Oh, I'm loving this already. This is super simple. Okay, hopefully that's gonna hold enough in place that I can continue on down. Because now is the important part. I need this to stay in place while I pull the screen tight. So I want to give myself enough play with this. So now I have to try to pull the screen somewhat tight, the spline tight.
Continue to work down each side of the door, pulling the spline tight while ensuring the screen is keeping straight and tight. At the corners, make sure the spline is pushed tightly into the grooves.
So we want to get the spline in to the last side. Now, that looks lovely. I've got it in. I've got the spline in. I've got the screen on. It feels lovely, nice, and look at that, bouncy tight. Okay, good. Lots of extra spline too. All right, now I'm gonna push that little end in there. Now I'm going to take the other side of the spline tool and just go around one more time and make sure this is really nice and tight into the groove. And it's also tightening up the screen a little bit more as I push that spline in. All right, so we're just going around making sure this is nice and tight, especially in the corners where I could see that, it might pop out. So I don't want to make sure tight along the edge, push that spline right into the grooves. Nice, nice. Next, I have to cut the excess screen off. So you want to cut your screen back as close as you can, flat. See, that's nice.
After the screen has been cut back on all four sides of the door, the last remaining step is to reinstall the handle. When reinstalling the screen door back onto the track, make sure the wheels on the bottom of the door rest on top of the track. This will ensure the door slides smoothly and shows it has been installed properly.
Really?